Hey guys, it's Orlando Filmatic, and I know it's been a minute. The last time I talked to you guys, it was about the Red cinema being acquired by Nikon, and I know that was quite interesting little time there. I was just messing around on Instagram, and I have a video that I had posted before about me like taking my Red Komodo that I had at the time, about me taking the Red Komodo that I had at the time, and then I grabbed it and threw it in the trash can. Was that, you know, people were like, dude, why would you do that? And it just so happened that that was the day that they did this whole acquiring thing, and it matched up perfectly and actually helped my account grow quite a bit again. Of course, I love Red cameras. A lot of the stuff that I've shot, if you've previously seen some of my reels, I have shot, you know, plenty of times on the Red camera. And what's interesting about it is that you know, I'm just making fun and making jokes of all the different cameras, and I've shot like on Blackmagic, I've shot on Sony, and you know, it's just funny to see that. So really, what I want to talk to you guys about is the current state of things. This is July 2024, and things are very, very, very slow. And not just for me. Like, my business is kind of always ran this way. I try to look for, you know, higher end gigs, jobs that will pay me a little bit more, things like that. So I'm usually pretty selective on different projects. And this year it's like, man, there's not a lot of selection. Like, what is there, and what you can take, you got kind of have to take it. So recently I did a job as a camera operator, which I normally pass on that all the time because there's a lot of people in our industry who solely focus on that. So I wanted to, you know, give that time and that effort to those people. So I worked on a project for a company that sells a lot of chicken, and it was a great set, super simple. We just had to wake up at 4 a.m., which, I mean, who does that, you know, especially when there's not a lot of work? Who wakes up at 4 a.m.? Maybe I should, so that I can find more work. I don't know. And what's interesting is that I've been called by quite a lot of different people, like people that I've known for the past 15 years, that have been in this industry for 10 years prior to that. And a lot of them have told me that it is slow, that those jobs, those $1,000 jobs that you would get, just showing up and setting up lights and doing, like, a lot of that stuff is gone by the wayside. Like, it just, things are different, and there's things that you can kind of you know, push. There's a couple of reasons why that happens, and the reasons that I know of 100% is technology. Man, technology is just it's so cheap now, and things that used to be bad, you know, on set, like it used to be a hated term to say, hey, we're using aperture lights on set, and now, like, everyone I know, even from the high end cinematographers and all that, they have like a full kit of like every aperture, every fixture, and that's because the entry to this technology is so cheap now. And, you know, just 10 years ago, it was hard to get an HMI. Like, you would hope that you can get one HMI, and now you have all daylight LED lights that perform very well, that give great skin tones, and you know, all that, like, works extremely well. And what's cool about it is that the entry is really cheap. What's bad about it is that those that came from, you know, investing literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in lighting and grip and gear, their lights are worth nothing now. And they're now buying, you know, aperture and trying to compete with the guys that have, you know, the small vans and are fully gripped out and doing that. So it's interesting that that's what's happening in the market. The other thing is that it used to be before that you would take like something like Arri HMI, and you would never see them lower than, like, you know, 20-30K, and then, like, when you would finally sell it, you would be selling it for like maybe $3,000 or $4,000 off. People would just have to buy new bulbs, and those bulbs are really expensive. And the cost would stay the same. Like an Arri Sky panel, even to today, people are still trying to sell them for $2,500, $3,000. No one's buying them anymore, but the market is a little weird. But what is interesting is the aperture lights. Like, the resale value of them is not that great. So it's almost better for you to just keep them. And they're great light, so it's not like you're losing anything by keeping it, but you will lose quite a bit of value on them. So things are super slow out there, and really I just kind of want to encourage you and everyone else is like, you got to kind of get with the times. You got to see what's out there. I've been kind of moving in towards like content creation, but man, I've heard of people who are shooting weddings on their iPhones and doing 10 reels and charging like $1,000 to $2,000. And that to me tells me like, it's probably the demise of some of our work. Of course, I don't do weddings, but when you pin that against like a team of like 4 or 5 videographers that are filming a wedding, and they have to edit the wedding, and then they have to do all those things, like $2,000 for one day shooting 10 reels, doing a quick edit on your phone, versus taking all that footage back, ingesting it all, editing like a 30-minute piece, and then submitting it and maybe charging 10 grand. I think the $2,000 wins, because they can shoot 3 of these, 4 of these, and they can make just as much, because after you pay the 5 guys, maybe you're paying them $400 $1,000 a day. I mean, your $8,000 to $10,000 budget literally gets cut in half, and you haven't even started on the editing. So yeah, the world is different and things are changing, and it sucks, but you kind of have to just be able to kind of grow and move with it. I came from a digital background. I was never in film. I don't even know how to shoot film at all. But I started with the little media tapes, and I started with the media tapes, and that's what I grew up with. And they went straight to like things that were like solid state drives and hard drives, and so I've always been on that side. And so I saw when film was kind of dying. I was there and I was proud of it. So I can't really get mad at all the new stuff that's coming out. Where these kids are proud of the images that they're making, and it's just like one of those things where you kind of have to just help them to keep creating art and keep building up our departments, hoping that they understand what it is to create and design and all those things. So things are slow. Hunker down or like figure it out. There's no shame in going to work for a company for a little bit, and hopefully things pick back up, and hopefully your cameras and equipment still have value and you can still use them to create stuff or make stuff. But if your mindset has always been to create and to make films, then this stuff shouldn't phase you. Like if you weren't making money already in, if you're on the commercial side and, doing things like that, like, yeah, it hurts. Like, it hurts a bit, but if you're on the creation side, then hey, go keep creating. Things, people are willing to work for almost nothing. Very talented people are working right now, are willing to do those smaller $500 projects because they have nothing going on. So talk to them and help them out, help them put some money on the table and create something cool. And work with some talented people. Or if you have any questions or wondering, or maybe you can put in the comments, why you think things are slow right now. And I just want to start that discussion so that people can see that you're not alone. And things like this, they happen quite a bit in series. It happened, of course, during the pandemic. A lot of people shifted over to the during pandemic they shifted over straight into doing online video Zoom calls, working with 3 people, and a lot of that changed the way that we do stuff. So just wanted to say hi again, and trying to get a little bit of setup. I'm in my home studio, which is actually an art class setup, which is really cool because I get to see my kids' art and my wife's art, like this little pizza on the side. Let's see, where's it at? Right there, little pizza, yeah. So it's been pretty cool just working out of here and being able to create some cool stuff, and also getting to meet new clients and new people who are looking for content creation and understand that the world is changing. A lot of the stuff that's being shot on phones and a lot of stuff, a lot of commercials and things that are happening now are it's just new. So all right guys, things are slow, but don't worry about it. Hopefully things pick up, And if you need encouragement, hopefully this encourages you to like just shift gears, or like, you know, hunker down, or rather just go and create and make something cool, and just keep, you know, just keep creating. Start trying to you know, do new things, learn some cool new tools. And yeah, hope we get to talk soon. All right, later. Peace.